Hey, ladies, is Peter, Sue, and Sal here. And this week we are talking about working out at home. So we all love a home workout because it just saves us so much time. And if I really want to, I can work out in my pajamas, and I have been renowned for doing that on many occasions. So, but today I want to actually just talk a little bit about, the pros and cons of a home workout. And so one of the things that I particularly love myself personally is not having to drive somewhere and then drive home again. And I can just fit it into the time that I've got available to me at home. Sal, is there anything that you personally love about working out at home?
That you don't have to get in your car and drive.
Yeah, you're the same, ditto.
I'm the same. Even just driving around where we live, and I just think the traffic is just insane. And gone are the days where we have peak hour traffic. Peak hour traffic seems to be 12 hours straight these days. Like there's no, between 5 and 7, it's busy, of the morning and the afternoon. It just feels like peak hour traffic is all day, every day. And it's interesting because one of our clients, we were having this discussion one morning, and the day before there was just accidents on every single major road around Brisbane, North Brisbane, South Brisbane, around Ipswich. And she said, "Oh, this is why I love working out at home. I do not have to drive anywhere, and I do not have to sit in traffic." She said it would have taken me, if we were where we used to be. She said, it used to be like a 10, 15-minute drive. That day before, it would have taken her an hour to get there.
Yeah.
And she said it's wonderful working from home.
Totally love it. What about you, Sue? You got another reason, or you're a ditto too?
No, well, I'm a ditto, but also I like the flexibility because I can do it any time that I want to do it. I haven't got to be, restricted. I know there's gyms and that are open 24/7, but you still got to get there. Whereas I might have one of those days where I get up and go, oh, I don't know if I really want to do something, and then I think I'll just get in and do it. So you can make your mind up on the spot and do a workout. So I really like that flexibility as well, of not having to be anywhere at any particular time.
For me, I love the fact that I don't have to do like this bulk workout. So I don't have to spend an hour doing a workout. So what I can do is I can get up and do 10 minutes if I want to. And then, through the course of the day, I can do another 10 minutes and then another 10 minutes. Now, not everybody has the luxury of what I have, which is working from home. So, I can take those breaks here and there and do those small exercise bouts and sessions, and then get back into my day. And I feel so much better after I've done that 10-minute session. Like I feel like I'm more productive afterwards. I've got better focus, I've got better clarity, and it just means that sometimes I don't feel like getting up from my desk, but my body is telling me. So it's going, I'm starting to get a little bit, movie in ants and pantsy type stuff in my sitting. And then I'm going, okay, it must be time to get up and do something. And once I start, I can then get through it. So, and the good thing about it is that, I might do a 10-minute, for example, I might do 10 minutes of weights. And then the next one, I might do 10 minutes of skipping, and the next one and I've got a rebounder. So the next thing, or the mini trampoline. So I might do 10 minutes of rebounding, and I might go back to weights. So I can mix it up. I love that variety aspect of it. So, and that just really works for me. I love the fact I don't have to drive somewhere, and I can just have that variety and do it in my own time. What about you, Sue? How do you approach your home workouts?
Well, I actually rely sometimes on the Strong Healthy Women workout because I probably like it a bit more structured. I like those short, sharp ones, but I do also like just having, you know, the full workout. If I've got the time, I'd like to do that. And usually I like to do it in the mornings before the day gets away from me. So if I can't get to a session, I will do the follow along video that you have. Because for me, I think that just helps keep me on track. And actually, I haven't got to think about what to do. I can just follow what you've given in the session, and I can concentrate on, you know, giving myself a good workout without thinking, oh, well, what am I going to do? And then, and, you know, I'm experienced enough to be able to come up with something, but sometimes you just don't want to think. You just want to get in and have someone do it for you. And that's how I approach mine. So I sort of liked, if I can't make the live session, I'll do the follow-up video, which is the follow-along video. So I'm getting my session, and it's over and done with. So that's how I approach it. And then I will probably do either go for a run or go for a walk or things like that for the other side of things. But
and it's a good point that you raised there, because you do get into the virtual studio and work out with us, and that's one of the things that I love doing personally. But when my life went into chaos with Paul's health issues and everything like that, and I had to take over a lot of the farm type of work, I wasn't able to do that. So, you know, I then had to adapt it. And I think that's what's wonderful about working out at home, is that you do have that flexibility available to you. So what about you? How do you approach it?
I'm the same as you, Peter, like bits and pieces. And the thing that I do to remind myself to do it is have my equipment out where I can see it.
Oh, me too. Love that.
I'm walking past it, so I can see my dumbbells there. I can see my bench there. So it's a reminder, okay, we'll stop, do 3 sets of, you know, bicep curls or shoulder presses, or, you know, your bench is there. So do some, you know, sit to stands, whatever that is. But I have my equipment out to remind me to do it.
Oh, that's a great tip, because go on.
Sorry, and I was going to say too, the other thing about when we do our workouts, I love going outside too, you know. So when you're in that gym, you have to work out inside. But by doing our workouts at home, we can take them outside in the sunshine, especially now it's spring, or, you know, when it's raining, we don't even have to leave our house. But yeah, going back to having the equipment out, that's what, it's out where I can see it. So
it's a good trigger, and it's something that's worthwhile actually exploring a little bit more, is, you know, how do we actually get ourselves motivated to do that exercise? And so for me, I've got the same thing. So in my office here, I've got the weights sitting over here on this bench. So, you know, if I turn that way, I'm seeing them. And over here, I've got the rebounder on the floor. So, and that's where the window is. So that mini tramp is just looking at me, you know, 24/7, basically, if I'm at my desk. And so I think having those small things around the house that are staring you in the face all the time really do motivate you, or give you that ability to actually get up and do something, because they're there staring at you and going, okay, come on, use me, do something with me, please.
And it gives you that smaller time frame for motivation. like it's 10 seconds that you have to stay motivated for. It's from getting up and getting to that piece of equipment. Walking out of your house, going to a gym, that sort of thing, going to a workout in the park. You've got to try and keep that motivation there for a longer period of time to get you actually to where you need to go.
Yeah, it's a really good point, because if you think about it, one of the things that we encounter are all those barriers time after time after time. And so, there's a barrier of, number one, the alarm goes off to get out of bed to go for a workout. Okay, I can hit the snooze button. I get out of bed. Number two is, it might be cold, it might be hot, so I've got to put clothes on. Now I've got to drive, I've got to get in the car, I've got to drive there, I've got to find a car park. If I'm going from there straight to work, I've got to take clothes with me, I've got to take makeup with me, I've got to pack my lunch, I've got to have breakfast, I've got to have everything organized, so all of those things are just mounting up and adding those barriers to that reason to not work out. Whereas if I can just roll out of bed and do a workout in a virtual studio like what we do, or I can do it in those small windows of opportunity that I have throughout the day, those barriers are just totally removed. Brilliant
Absolutely.
point. Brilliant point. Sue, anything to add on that?
Oh, no. Well, I've just moved house, so I've got the luxury of just having a dedicated office for me, which I have with my workout gear, things. So I walk in there every morning. But what I do is I actually am a bit of a list person, and I use my diary. I don't use an electronic one, but I write in what I'm doing each day. And I find that if that's still staring at me and it hasn't been ticked off, some days I might rebel, but boy, I don't feel good about that. It'll be there saying, come on, just get up and do it. Just get up there so you can tick it off the list. So that helps me, but that's the personality I am. A bit weird, I suppose, but you do what you have to do, I think, and it's the same. Trying to cut down on that time from when you think about, oh, I should do this, to actually just doing it. So having your workout gear ready as well as your equipment. If you want to get changed, you can do it in your pajamas if you want. But, I feel though, if I do put on my workout gear, I'm getting in that mindset. I'm going to do a workout. So I'll have that there, and I've got the equipment there, and you just get in and do it, and you do feel better after you've done it. So
you made me think of a funny thing. I've got to share it. So, I was thinking about, getting out of bed and working out in your pajamas and actually not putting on your sports bra. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That can be a little bit,
Yeah. Now, I've done this because one of the things that's great is to actually jump. It's great for your lymphatics system to actually jump and let everything just hang around. I tell you what, it's not something that I could continue. It was just that I'd looked at some research around it, and I went, I'm going to give that a go. And I went, oh, no, that's not for me. So that was just a horrible visual for everybody just now. And so you're not strange at all. I'm the list girl, but I'm a highlighter. So it's a tick won't do it. It's got to have a highlighter on it. Oh dear. Okay, let's just wrap it up very quickly. So we love home workouts for the time saving and just how it can fit into our daily life. But there are some great triggers there, some great ways to actually get ourselves into that framework where we can actually get a workout done. So, Sal, let's start with you. Anything to wrap up on?
Just have your equipment out where you can see it.
Yeah.
Have that trigger, you know, and we often talk about habit stacking.
Mm-hmm.
So if that equipment's out and you get up to cook dinner, say, you know, before you walk into that kitchen, you know, do some squats, grab your dumbbells, do some bicep curls, shoulder presses, whatever you may be. But have that equipment out so you can see it.
Yeah. Sue, what would you like to wrap up with?
Well, it's something that's not always easy, but I think if you can change your mindset to think of, oh, I've got to work out, or I should work out too. I really want to work out because I know that I'm going to feel great after it, and it's good for my body and my mind and for my health and well-being. So I think, you know, we're always saying that we should do something, whereas if we can find that joy and actually you can enjoy exercising, you can enjoy strength training, you can enjoy all those sort of things if you just have the right mindset.
That's a big one, Sue. Gee, one day we should actually explore that in detail. So it is, you know, about getting that mind into the right framework to start with. And what I think about is the fact that I'm a non-exerciser, so I've come from a family of obese people. So I was not exposed to any type of exercise in any way, shape, or form. You know, even though, you know, I played on the playground and things like that at school, I didn't actually start exercising from a structured perspective until my 40s. And it was at that point that I discovered how much better it was for me to be stronger in my body and fitter in my body than what it was to be skinny. So, you know, I basically starved myself as a teenager, and what happened is that, you know, I was quite thin, and, you know, that was from that era where it was all about being like that. And so, but that is not healthy. It meant that I was very weak. I couldn't do a lot of things because of that. And so just discovering that structured exercise and building that strength and fitness in my body was an absolute game changer for me. And what it did was it gave me that opportunity to realize that, you know, that family history that I have of being obese and the immobility that they faced doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to be like that either, because I've started something. I didn't start till my 40s. And the thing is that I've seen ladies who have started, and you girls too, you've seen ladies who have started in their 50s, ladies who have started in their 60s, and ladies who have even started in their 70s. And one in particular springs to mind who, you know, after 2 weeks of doing it, she was putting her shoes on, thinking to herself, why am I doing this? And then she all of a sudden, she said to me when she started working out, I realized after I said to myself, why am I doing this? She said, I realized that I was actually bending down and doing a shoelace up. And she said, and I hadn't been able to do that. So, you know, there are so many benefits to exercise, and it is the number one thing that we can do. So if we can all find a way of actually just getting a little bit more movement into our day, it certainly means that we're going to be healthier, older women. And I think that's important for all of us. Thanks, Sue. Thanks, Sel, for joining me
too today that you can do it anywhere.
Oh, absolutely.
So, Peter, I was just saying, we've proved you can do it anywhere. So
yeah, you can. Yeah, you do not have to physically leave your home to work out. And that's what we're talking about today, is actually being able to, you know, cut down all those barriers and, you know, just encourage yourself to get moving that little bit more. So thanks, ladies, for joining me today. Brilliant. See you all soon.
Thanks,
Thank you
Peter.
for having us.
Okay,
Thanks.
bye.
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 Bye. Bye.